Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody singing this melody. Let us unite, let us unite. That's the only way we all can be free. Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody join in this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Abraham gave birth to you, Muslim, Christian, and Hebrew. What caused the family to feud? Satan was at the root. 4 and 3 make 7. Also 5 and 2. One great universal truth, but many different point of view.
Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody singing this melody. Let us unite, let us unite. That's the only way we all can be free. Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody join in this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Unity or something start with you and I. Let's work it out together, you and I. Cause love is a thing you can't beg, neither borrow. No deficit, there will be more tomorrow. Take a big man to put difference aside. What a calamity when the difference collide. Every man self-righteous, don't be so shallow. Every man trust in the path that they follow.
Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody join in this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Abraham turning in his grave, seeing how the children behave, fighting and killing each other, denying the connection as brother, all waiting for the Messiah to pull the family together. But what will he require to keep them out of the judgment fire? We must unite in truth and do justice, practice righteousness. Then God's kingdom will come, and this wicked world will be done. We must unite the tribes in Ghana, Guinea, Mali, Nigeria, and Nkrumah's vision lights the world over, from Cape to Cairo, one Africa.
Too much division make a good thing spoil. Families are lost over land and isle. Then the want for revenge starts casting a shadow. Some try to forgive, but it's a hard pill to swallow. Love sin a go on the sacred style. Please say a prayer for the woman and child, and unite today so they can still have tomorrow. When fate separates us, it leads on to sorrow.
Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody singing this melody. Let us unite, let us unite. That's the only way we all can be free. Let us unite, let us unite. Everybody join in this sweet refrain. Let us unite, let us unite. Nothing to lose with so much to gain.
Ready for Revolution, welcome. I'm your brother and friend, Eric Teray Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum. Greetings to all of you who are a part of this stream and visiting us from different parts of the globe. I sure put it out there. I wanted people to know that we have something popping going on and wanted people to be a part. So welcome, welcome, welcome to all. And all of you who are on and you are wealth builders, if you're affiliates in Carabaos International, you might want to share this out and put your link on it and share it out in different watch parties and things of that nature, because this is absolutely a straight up and down, without chaser, a recruitment presentation. Everybody needs to be in this opportunity with us right now. Everybody needs to get a hold of their free gold savings account and learn the power and learn what it is to save in gold, acquire gold-backed or gold-covered cryptocurrency, and establish a massive residual income from the comfort and safety of your home. It's just really that simple. Those are things you can do right now. You can fast track this opportunity in your home right now and create a cash flow that within 90 days, within weeks, you can enjoy an extraordinary income and work and establish a lifestyle of your dreams. But you have to be willing to dream. You had to be able to take that leap of faith. You have to be able to make the jump. So I included this graphic here because it speaks to the point. I want to thank Brother Al Shaw. I was combing his profile page in Facebook, and I saw it, and it was extraordinary to me because it speaks volumes to where we are and where we need to be. And it's about mindset. It's about your ability to understand who you are, whose you are, what you want for yourself, what gifts and promises you set to the side. I recall I went to Lansing, Michigan several months ago. And I was blessed to be in the home of our wealth builders and mentors, Brother Gregory and Renee McKay. And I learned a lot about myself in that experience in their home. I was made to realize all the promises I made when I fell in love with my wife. I made to reflect on all the promises I made about how she will see the world and how she will have fine homes and friendships and all walks of life, and the children that we will bring into the world will have a name worthy of praise and recognition, and they'll be honored because they'll be free to do and exercise the life they desire. I remember those promises. And here I am in their home 20 some odd years later. And as I reflected on their walls and I reflected on what they had accomplished in their beautiful life with their children, I was made to weep over the lack of fulfillment of the promises I made to my wife and to our future as a family. I wept real hard, and I straight up cried. Here's the difference, though. I cried over what was not accomplished in the time frame that I thought would happen. I thought it would happen instantly because I was in love. Okay? And here I am still in love, and yet many of those things had not been fulfilled. But here came the second cry. It was one of joy because I'm a part of an opportunity that allows me to reclaim the promise. It allowed me the opportunity to develop a level of freedom to the extent that it can be realized. And I want to talk to you about those levels of freedom. I want you to think on this. Be naive and believe on what we're saying. Be naive and try it for 90 days. It's free to try. You can't lose anything by following us, but you definitely can't gain anything if you don't. This is the power of what we have, because what we have didn't start with us, and what we're growing into won't end with us, but it is for all of us if we're willing to make that jump. It's about that leap of faith. Look at the gap between that person on the cliff. Look at the gap between what we are and what we want to be. Take a look. Can you say that your activities up to this point have guided you successfully to where you want to be? Now, our ego will tell us to say that, but our reality speaks different. Our ego will tell us, yeah, I made it. But the reality begs another question. Have we really? We listened to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan this morning on the class and session that we do every Monday through Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on this very same page, the Eric Teray Muhammad Facebook page. And in following that stream this morning, he described business as warfare. And we watched attentively. I mean, I didn't say one word. I just watched, took notes, and then got off the stream when it was over. Because, you know, I appreciate the accolades of being a master teacher and all that kind of stuff. I'm just trying to be a good student. The master teacher spoke this morning. I didn't have anything to say behind that. But look at the things he shared. He danced through the scriptures of Bible and Quran. He danced through the vicissitudes of life. He danced through the circumstances and the trials, the things that people go through. He danced between moral correctness and what's principally involved when you're in pursuit of life. and when you're in pursuit of dreams, and when you're busy. He gave a great example of the body. When your body falls ill, when your body has cold in it, or some kind of interruption in the system's activity, the entire body conspires to rid itself of that ailment. The whole body gets busy to take the disruption out of the life of the systems within it so they can function in accordance to how it was created and to achieve. He said, our body is smarter than we are. We place ourselves as a welcome mat at the doorway, at the steps of everyone's household. We're the welcome mat. People come in, they wipe their feet on us, and they walk in and get whatever they want. And they wipe their feet on us, they step on us as they go out. Why? Because we have not successfully positioned ourselves to be more than just a mat, to be walked on, to be taken advantage of. And what I'm saying to you here is where self-correction comes. Here's where self-analysis comes in. This is where the self-discipline comes, because you owe it to yourself to dream. What are we? What we want to be. That's what it says there on the screen, right? I have another question for you. Where are you in life right now? And where do you intend to be? Where do you hope to be? And see, when you can see where you desire to go, you may not have all the tools physically present in front of you, visibly present in front of you, but you have it here because you already see it. So position yourself to take advantage of what you see, because what you see is what you can bring into existence. What you see is what you program your mind to achieve. What you see is what you'll act upon. But you have to be within constant sight. You have to have constant scope. You have to have total focus on what it is you desire for your life and for the future of your family. You have to be more than just busy. There are studies that show that everybody's busy 24 hours a day we have in life. Every last one of us are given the same 24 hours in a day. However, we use them all. We're always busy. We're always thinking. I know we say, oh man, you don't think. No, that's not true. Your brain, your mind can do everything but nothing. Think on that. Your brain, your mind can do everything but nothing. Because you are a part of something that's destined and determined to create, to make what? To make a difference. Every single day, you're to do something new beyond what you accomplished yesterday. Every second of the day, your mind is advancing into a future. Now, the future is not necessarily good, depending upon how you think. The future is not necessarily one filled with success and wonderment and joy, because it's dependent upon how and what we think. I used to run into situations, and I remember expressing my woes around them. And Baba Kwame Ture Stokely Carmichael, he would tell me, he says, you know, the tasks, the job, the responsibility of the conscious is to make the unconscious familiar or aware or conscious of conscious activity. He said the duty of the conscious is to make the subconscious aware of conscious activity. Why? Because the subconscious, he says, cannot determine between what's real and what's not. So when you program that muscle, he said, you establish the reality you desire. You will it. It's a mind game. How do you gain complete control over your life? How do you gain complete control over your destiny? You have to have complete control of the faculties. And having complete control of the faculties, it means that you take charge of what you can control and you let the rest of it go. You take charge of what you have the power and the ability to control. And you don't waste energy in those things that you cannot. Where are you in life right now? Where do you desire to be? Are you willing to leap? Are you willing to make the jump? Are you willing to be determined in your idea? First, you have to have an idea. What's your dreams? What is your why? What is the main objective that you seek when you go after a lifestyle? What happens when you relegate your dreams to your paycheck? What happens when you relegate your desires, your goals for life in your paycheck? You make the achievement of your dreams, your goals of life, impossible. What happens when you have dreams that are beneath your make? You limit yourself then to the blessings and the gifts that the Creator has already bestowed upon you. And all you have to do is conspire with the universe to grant it to you. Boy. We hear all these nice little sayings, you know, we hear all these quotes and anecdotes, you know, if your mind can conceive it and if your heart believes it, you can achieve it. You know, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Look at this. Why is a man thinking in his heart when your thinking comes from mind? Because your mind really is more related to your heart. Your brain is related to your head, but your mind is related to your heart. You have to believe. You have to have faith. Faith fuels belief. When you take charge of your muscle, when you take charge of the activity that wholly consumes your life, what's going to happen is you're going to program your brain, your mind to access the other portions of your body to conspire to give you what you need. Your activity takes on a whole nother level of posture, takes on a whole nother level of swag, takes on a whole nother level of presence. And then the universe joins in the conspiracy to bring you what it is you absolutely need. So think of all the leaders and teachers and guides we've had amongst us in the world. Think of all the great books you might have read, all the audio books today that you might listen to, all the CDs and instructional tapes that you might have come across. Think of all the experiences that you've had in life, of other people's experiences. Think about the peep you had into the heavens of fine homes, great land space, beautiful waters, rolling hills. Think of all those things that you've been exposed to that have now been suppressed in your spirit and in your mind because you have a job. Because you have no time to enact those things that you found attractive in an observation, but never applied the thought that it's really for you. I say often, and I've been made to say often, that we don't know each other just to know each other. God gives us each other so we can exploit the good in each other for the good of the whole. What is it that's good about us that we have to exploit in each other in good? Well, some of you have honed in on your skill set. Some of you have honed in on your many wonderful talents. Some of you have honed in on an area of expertise. And oftentimes those things are, well, not oftentimes, all of those things are gifts from the Creator. Because you didn't create yourself. Check it. You did not create yourself. Yes, you're part of procreation. Yes, you have a mother and father. You have parents. You had sperm mixed with ovum. And as a result, life is formed. And here you are. You're not responsible for yourself. And your parents aren't responsible for you in kind. It is the Creator that gave you the opportunity to come into the world after his image, after his likeness, to do what? To bear witness to him and his bountifulness and his worthiness to submit, his worthiness to worship, his worthiness to bow in obeisance to his will. But something interrupted that process. Something interrupted that process where we made gods besides God. Some of us did it or do it with what we think is money. Some of us do it with what we think are significant or extraordinary titles or labels. Some of us do it when we see a particular talent we gravitate around. Some of us do it when we see a particular prowess or strength and we lean to it. Some of us do it because we're so enamored over the name of someone else, we decide to tag along with them because we think more of them than we should of ourselves. Some of us, or all of us, do it or have done it because of our training. What were we before 1619? I'm talking about black people now. What were we before 1619, according to y'all's history? What were we before slavery? What were we before Jamestown, Virginia? What were we before then? Before black history as taught in the schools? Heck, we don't know. The majority of us do not know. The majority of people today, when you say Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., they don't even think of the dream. They think of the fact that they don't have school or they don't go to work, but they don't know anything else beyond that. That is criminal. But when you don't control your institutions, when you don't control your legacies, then you have no knowledge of the seat that you're sitting in and how it got there. You have no knowledge of the foundation it took to build a home. You have no knowledge of people who stood still and measured the whole universe. There's a black man that stood still in Washington, D.C. and designed the whole city. I'm not going to tell you who he is. Look it up. That's where you see your grid format in Washington, D.C., the original Chocolate City. You check it out. That's part of your assignment, to see your greatness. Everything that you marvel over in the hells of North America was built by a black man, was built by the indigenous, and we paid the price. If you can build it all for somebody else, what more can you do for yourself? This is where we are. The world is failing itself and falling in on each other now because it didn't build for itself. America is collapsing on itself as we speak. Why? Because we built it. We built a quality edifice. We built a quality country. But what they've done, they're now manifesting the rot that it was built upon. See, when you steal, eventually you get stole on. You stole the greatest resource there is on the planet, which is the human resource. You stole us from being a productive, dominant, prominent, loving, sharing, caring people, making a promise of productivity. And because we had no reason not to trust, we came, and hence the slave trade began. And you made mockery of what you did to us. Yes, the hell you did. You made mockery of what you did to us. Yes, you made mockery. You know, the real truth is 1555 was the beginning of the slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade. In 1555, in fact, the first ship to land in the hells of North America was April 1st, 1555. If you go to your congressional library, you will find that that's the first official April Fool's Day. April 1st, 1555. And then they teach you a history of 1619. That's a period of 64 years. Well, what happened in the 64 years? It was the creation of a new beginning for them and a new reality for us. So they made mockery of it. They put out game shows, trivia. What's the $64 question? The first game show. Then they went into making it a pyramid, $64,000 pyramid. And as the value of your dollar declined, the value of the prize went up. That's a whole nother story. It took them 64 years to totally establish a system that broke a mighty great people away from their name, their language, their culture, their folk ways, their moral ways, their norms, their abnorms. It took 64 years to divorce us from who our God was, who our mother is, who our mother tongue was. It took 64 years to break us into a cesspool of breeders. We were like cattle. We were like livestock. We were mated with each other, even though we might have been father and daughter or husband and brother and sister. They would just take you and mate you to make a commodity. We are the original stock market. Yep. So when you have a system that's created under those desires, eventually people wake up, and in their waking up, your system begins to fall and erode because you don't have the capability of recreating it yourself because it's not in you. That's why the mind of the Caucasian is so analytical, very scientific, but very analytical, because their hands were not designed, or not, I don't mean that, they're designed, but their hands were not used in the proper way so that they built for themselves. They rather steal you and make you build for them. Prior to Reconstruction, it's documented how the majority of white people didn't know what a hammer was, how to do carpentry. It's documented. I'm talking about America's growth. I'm not talking about the history of Europe and the rest of the world. America's the baby land. That's why in the scripture it talks about Babylon. Babylon, or baby land. It's America born and birthed out of Europe. And look what it gave birth to. How did America come into being? Who were the first settlers out of Europe? Criminals, murderers, robbers, thugs. They were sentenced to death on their own continent, or they had the option of leaving and going to do something for themselves somewhere else. And what did? They came here and did what their mind taught them. They stole from the Indians. They robbed the Indians. The Indian the so-called Indians, the indigenous, welcomed them, and they gave them disease blankets known as smallpox, decimated the whole nation, took advantage of. It's not a hate talk. It's just a fact talk. We started today, Friday, is Hard Facts Friday. Here's a hard fact for you. You ready? If you always do what you've always done, you will always get what you've always gotten. That is a hard fact. I see a whole lot of comments popping up here in the screen, and I appreciate them. But the reason I'm not sharing them because I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to be scared of how you think you might be seen by other people. I want to position you to jump. I want to position you to take your leap of faith. I want to position you to be more than you are today, but a greater you. Not a reduced you, not a limited you. I want the dreamer you. Today, you have the opportunity to realize a lifestyle of your dreams by simply exchanging that declining paper dollar for its weight, its value, its worth in pure gold. And you can do it today. You can go to the website I have posted there, www.papertogold.info. That's my page. Those of you who have not been approached by Karatbars about this opportunity in Karatbars International, you know nothing about it. If you're here as a result of my invite, I want you to come to my page. However, I encourage everybody that is a part of this opportunity to share this page out everywhere with your page, your capture page, your referral link on it, because I want everybody to be involved. But I feel like it's incumbent upon me to share for you in a way that others may not. I feel it's incumbent upon me to share with you what others won't because of whatever reason, whether it's apprehension, whether it's fear, whether it's not knowing, doesn't matter. But everybody out here needs to pull the trigger on this opportunity. Why? Because it is the first time in our history, in our lifetime right now. I'm talking about our current existence. It's the first time where you have the opportunity to realize the power of a dream by financing your very own freedom, by giving back to the enemy what he gave you. Yeah, I said the enemy. I'm talking about your banksters. That's gangsters with a B. They gave you a piece of paper and they made you worship the paper and they made you chase the paper and you kill for it. You divorce over it. You fight for it. You wait for others to die to get it. You know, this paper. But the enemy that gave it to you does not do that. They gave it to you chasing this pipe dream while they fill their coffers with real assets. They get gold, they get silver, they get oil, they get gems out of the earth. And they hoard it. Then they fake and fabricate wars around the world to get more of it. Why is it so important for America to fight a war? Because America is in debt to all the major countries, the largest countries of the world. They sold off all their stocks, all their bonds, rather. They're selling debt to the world, and that's how they survive. China is a large holder of America's assets and debts. Russia is a large holder of America's assets and debts. Japan, one of the poorest per capita nations on the earth, has a large amount of America's debts. Look at the tolls. Study the ownership of your highways and byways. Who owns the toll booths and the turnpikes? Who owns the toll stations, around the world? I mean, not around the world, around the country. Most of them are owned by other countries, and America leases the use of them. They sold away, they squandered everything in the name of the lie. And what's the lie? Paper. Paper. You need an asset, folks. And while this paper still has some measure of value, you need to take a look at what we're doing in this world of Karatbars. I don't mean just take a look. You need to jump and join now. Hell, it's free to do. You take your declining paper dollars. You don't have to take all of them. Hold on to that which you know will help you handle your obligations. Hold on to that which you know to put something in your belly at the moment. Hold on to that will make sure that you keep the roof over your head. But that portion of what you earn, you have a right to. You have a right to secure a portion for yourself of what? Of everything that you earn. And that was never taught to us, and that was never shown to us. And now, through Wealth Builders Worldwide, you have the absolute opportunity to take charge of that in your life right now. Boy, turn your paper to gold. At the click of a button, if you're skeptical, don't worry. Be skeptical and be free. Get your account. Try the God. You can have it delivered to you, or you can let it build on your account. You can have it delivered to you, or through an exclusive referral program, you can earn a residual income off of sharing with others what you did for yourself. Make the jump. Look, let me show you how easy it is. First of all, let me show you how easy it is, because maybe you just don't understand. Okay. Someone offers you a free gold savings account. I gave you, and you see it at the bottom of the screen, papertogold.info. Other people have their accounts and their pages. And if you came to them, go to them. Be principled. Keep your ethics intact, because we're trying to get you free in deed and in fact. So you click on my link there, and you'll see that there's a tab that allows you, after you see a couple of videos, there's a tab that says register free. And it's right there for you. It's your own account. Look at this. You register free. It says complete. I'm reading what we wrote here. Complete your registration. Use the link provided to you by the person that invited you. Okay. And select. I'm recommending you select become an affiliate. That's my recommendation, but it's optional to you. It's a choice. I'm recommending you do it. Why? Because when you do it, look at this. All is asked for you is a username, a password that you choose, an email address that you choose. Then you're going to fill in whether you're Mr., Mrs., or Ms., or if you're a business, you put in the name of your company, and then here you go. You come down, you fill a name, birth date, address, country you're in, city you're in, state or province you're in, zip code, and your phone number, and that's it. That is your account. That's it. Now you're in business in more than 140 countries around the world. I mean, immediately. And then all you have to do, once you fill that out and you hit next, you're going to get an email that looks similar to this. It's going to ask you to validate your account. Boy, I mean, this thing is so simple. There's no rocket science to this. You get your free account. And inside the body of your email, it's going to ask you to verify or validate your account. You click on that link in the email. It tells the system that you are legitimate, that you're not a troll, that you're not a bot, that you're a real deal, that you're a walking, breathing 98.6 human being. And when that happens, you now have access to your account. You get a multi-million-dollar software that you have access to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And the difference between you having access to this gold bank and the bank's commercial and everything else, the big difference is you control it. There are no fees associated with it. There's no costs associated with it. It is free to you. How in the hell are you going to take something you call money, put it in somebody's bank, and then they charge you to keep it? But that's your money? Please. You validate your email, you get your login to your account. Then what happens? You log in, you'll see a username portion. You fill out your username, you fill out your password, and then you're in. That's how simple it is to be where we are and where we're going. There's leaps of faith in everything we do, family. There are absolute leaps of faith in everything that we do. You're born into the world. You require nourishment. You need suckling. You need something to eat. But you have faith that it's happening. You're going to cry out for it. Then all of a sudden you feel the breast around your cheek, or you smell what you were used to in the womb, and you start looking around to match it up. Where does it go? And then when it hits the right place and you draw on that mighty mother, you get the nourishment you desired. Did you know it was there? No, but you believed and you had faith. You made the jump. Everything in life, people, requires a measure of faith. Everything. Why go so far through life without it? Because that's what we've done. We've gone an entire existence faithless. I don't mean faithless in the sense of, well, maybe I shouldn't say faithless. That's not true. We've had faith in everything, pretty much everything we've done. What we didn't have was the vehicle by which to realize our victories. We didn't have the vehicle to realize our desires. You have an opportunity right now to join on to the destiny promised you by God. Promised. That talk about bottom rail coming to the top, that's you. The talk about the last will be first, that's you. To talk about know of a surety, Abraham, that your seed will be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and it will man, it's you. It's you. He said, after that time, I will come and I will judge that nation by which you serve. And here you are sheltered in place, and you're seeing everything from COVID to a fallen economy. The Dow fell 500 points in the last hour. S&Ps fell a couple of hundred points in the last couple of hours. They said they're calling it a tech wreck. I don't know what that means, but everything is falling in America. Hence the world, because the global currency in the world is the US dollar. And the dollar ain't worth diddly. I didn't mess up my English. The dollar ain't worth diddly. But the gold is gold, folks. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us, and for those of you who may not be familiar with the book, it's called Farrakhan 2.0. It selects sayings and quotes and anecdotes in wisdom, supreme wisdom, from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he was asked a question in the book. It's a series of questions and answers. And in the book, in that first volume, he's asked about gold and silver. And the minister said, while your dollar still has some value, get all of the gold and all of the silver that you can. Then he went on to say, if you cannot afford gold, get silver. And we're the only company on the planet that makes gold so affordable. How can you say that? I spot checked a gram of gold and it was X amount of dollars and yours was more. Okay, well, you saw a spot price, but that spot price will not guarantee you the gold because it's not deliverable. Ours comes with features that offer security and authentication and a certificate of authenticity. And it all comes embossed in it. And as a result, it's a little it's not the value of the gold that's costing, because you can't put cost on an asset because gold carries no debt. However, the security aspects of packaging it so that you have it securely with your stamp on it, which is being yours, well, there's a cost for that. Now, if you want to match the spot price, you can by acquiring our cash gold, because our cash gold doesn't carry all those features, and our cash gold is also, it allows the gold to be pliable, meaning it can be used across digital platforms, it can be used over the counter. Because your Federal Reserve former chair, Alan Greenspan, he sat in that seat for 9 years and never told the people that gold was accepted everywhere. He just kept printing that damn paper. Your feds today keep digitizing and printing is fake behind paper. Boy, when your language is limited, when your words are limited, you want to cuss to truly express what you feel. So if you can get closer to this, if your nickel and dime mentality tells you that you need a better price, go ahead and do a spot check of the gram of gold and then see if you can get a gram of gold. Check with JB Bullion, check with Gold Silver, check with all of them. See if you can get it. You can come to Karatbars International, get your free gold savings account, register yourself up, start exchanging your declining paper dollars for gold, and you can get it as low as 1/10 of a gram. Where else can you do that? Hey, I'm going to wake you up to something else. You get all the cash gold you can right now. You get you a package and get all the cash gold you can right now, and you will be in line to exchange that cash gold for a crypto stable coin. It's the world's first stable coin covered with gold, made from gold with your signature on it. Boy, you ain't got no idea from the outside looking in. Stay skeptical, stay broke if you want to. But I'm encouraging all of you to take that leap of faith. Be naive for 30 days. Just 30 days. Be naive for 30 days. Take the leap of faith. It's free to do. Acquire you a package and tell 2 other people to do what you've done. Take the leap for 30 days. You're going to see so many changes in the next week or 2. It's going to spin your head. You want to be positioned properly to take advantage of God's promise. Learn how to exploit the good in each other for the greater good of the whole. I'm offering you the good that was shared with my wife and I. I'm offering you the good that was shared with 150,000 plus of us as wealth builders worldwide. I'm sharing with you the good that was shared with us by Dr. Harold Constantine Sykes to more than 1 million people around the world who have joined this opportunity. And I'm telling you, you cannot outvet 1 million people by Googling. We're the #1 client of FedEx. Everywhere in the world that gold is deliverable, that our products are deliverable, FedEx drops it off to your door. We supplied hundreds of thousands of grams of gold to the Vatican in commemoration of the former Pope John Paul II. Commemorative branding cards that were put out where they just wanted something to hold on to. They got the card with his picture, and embossed in the center of the card is pure gold. You want to give a gift that keeps on giving? Gold does it. You can give birthday cards in gold. You can give Christmas and holiday cards in gold. You can give Eid cards in celebration of great holy months in gold. You can raise revenue for your organizations in gold. You can have your own free gold savings account and sign up your business under you and save gold in your business, get a package in your business, and you'll pay the commission for what you've done for your business while you're taking care of business. Come on now. Get back to the one who offered this opportunity to you and let them know you're ready to get busy because you want to live a lifestyle of your dreams. Let me show you how good it is. I won't show you. I'm just going to tell you something. I ordered a package from my sister and business partners, Sister Janetta Muhammad and her husband, Brother Mustafa. I ordered a package of an immune building system, Paxium. It is the only documented prevention supplement that has been handling the spread of COVID, HIV. It restores metabolisms. You know, Sister Janetta, if you're on this stream, will you share your information and allow people to see it, please? And I got mine for my family and I, because I want us to see a future healthy. So look, I brought up the point because I ordered a package from her, and it had dawned on me today because my daughter was making jokes, you know, and we were clowning as we normally do because, you know, we're pretty much happy around here most of the time. And she's joking, and I'm reminded that I should expect a shipment from Brother Mustafa and Sister Janetta. So because I've been sheltered in place, think about this. The shipment was sent in a 3-day delivery, and it arrived within those 3 days at a mailbox. It's mine, but I don't even go out to get it. I've been sheltered in place since March. I walked outside and realized, hell, I need a tan. I'm getting pale out this Mickey Flicky. I mean, it was funny. You know, I'm tracing it. I got her flipping out because she think the package hadn't arrived. She did everything she was supposed to do with it, and I'm the only one who, you know, out of the hundreds that they're delivering, I'm the only one that doesn't seem to have the delivery. You know, why didn't I know it? Because look, I'm sheltered in place. I got the blood of the lamb on my door. On my door. On my door. All my openings have the blood of the lamb. You know, you'll have to sleep on that if you don't know. And check it. Because everything that comes to the household is delivered. We get packages. They're delivered to the door. There's a knock at the door. The package is left. I see my FedEx man. I see the UPS person. I see the postal service. You know, wherever it's coming from. And I don't think anything more about it. Well, this particular one was delivered to the mailbox. And because it wasn't on my radar for deliveries, I forgot that I even had a mailbox. So I said, you know what? Let me go check it out. And I went out and walked my, how far is our mailbox? Actually, about a half mile or so. Yeah, it's a good distance from us. But I needed to exercise. Sun is out, feeling good. I'm masked up. I'm walking. And lo and behold, it had been there for days with a bunch of other mail. Because I'm not sweating it. Look, when you take the leap, when you work to secure yourself and your family and a life of your dreams, what's going to happen is you're going to fall in love with your entire environment. You're going to fall so in love with your environment that what's going on outside don't make you no difference. And isn't that the restoration that you would like to have? Isn't that the kind of restoration you think that you're deserving of? I mean, look. When we were working all day, going to school all day, some of us work and school all day, all evening. 7 days a week, gone. You leave the house and your family may be asleep. You come home and your family still asleep. You don't know what you look like. You don't know what they did. You don't know who's been in your home. You have no idea because everybody's running outside the home. Why? Because in your household, you control everything but the economy. You know I'm telling the truth because and you can't say you have control of the economy because your behind goes to work. You clock in. Tell me you control your economy. You may be able to finance your freedom, but until you had that mind, you have no control of your economy. Yep. In the household, you can make sure the dishes get put away. You can make sure the clothes get put up. You can make sure you tune into your favorite programming. You can make sure what time everybody eats. You can make sure it's clean and refined. But when it comes down to earning the money, most of the world steps out of their house, locks the door, and goes to pick the cotton. Here we signed up for a free gold savings account. We started saving in gold, got a package, and told 2 other people to do the same. That was September 29th, 2018. Here we are, September 4th, 2020. I'm 24 days away from being in this opportunity, 2 years. I remember my last day at work. I don't necessarily know what each and every day is. I get up when I desire. I do as I please. Because the first thing you're going to realize as you grow towards wealth is time freedom. That's the first thing you're going to be made to realize is time freedom. The money don't come right away in wealth building. That's a principle that grows like the asset over time. Oh, you can determine some serious cash flow now. I've done it. Many of us are doing it. But time is the first thing you're blessed to reclaim. And time, folks, is the first asset of God. Time. 86,400 seconds in a day. How do you use them? I know you're busy with all of them, but statistics have proven 20% of our time is effective. 80% of our time is just busy. So how much have we squandered of the 86,400 seconds? And look at the power of God, the mercy of God. He gives us 86,400 seconds. We only use 20% of those seconds effectively. And he gives us another day to get it right. And we wake up that next day with a new 86,400 seconds. How long do you think that's going to last? If you're like me, you have more years behind you than you have ahead of you. What is your value system? How should you be thinking now? I'll show you how I think. Register for your free gold savings account. Get yourself a package. Get 2 people to do what you did. And you won't have to look back. I'm urging you to do it now because those of us who are wealth builders already, we know what's coming in another few days. And you want to position yourself just as sure as we're talking. Free, 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 folks. Get in there now. Take control of the economy under your home, under your roof. Put the money in your pocket. Put a lifestyle in objective in your family. Put the dream in your household and let the dream come to life. Get back to the one that introduced the opportunity to you and let them know you're ready to get busy. Share this out with everyone. Put your referral link on it with those that you share it out so that people will have access to you who are sharing it. Those of you who want to ride with me, you'll be riding with about 120,000 of us because we're running. Run with the runners. Wealth builders, look for a post on the runtowealth.info platform. I did a video that I'll make available there for you to copy the link, or it'll be in YouTube actually, I'm sorry. Copy the link and share it with your organizations and downlines with people who may not know what's coming but need to know. It's an appeal to them to get busy on your behalf. That'll be up inside the hour. Family, may Allah continue to bless you. May the words of what I've been allowed to say find a place in your mind so you can activate the heart in unison. Take the leap of faith. Be naive for 90 days and you will not look back. Peace and power. Forward, everybody.
No podrá matar un sueño. No hay gobierno que podrá borrar el deseo de ser libre. Grande es aquel que da su vida por su pueblo. Hubiéramos sido amigos, Emiliano. En mi vida quisiera ser como tú, Zapata. Con amor y valor, mi pueblo, Zapata. Emiliano Zapata. Grande es aquel que da su vida por su pueblo. Hubiéramos sido amigos, Emiliano. Cantando es mi forma de decir cómo te admiro. Y en mi vida quisiera ser como tú, Zapata. Con amor y valor, mi pueblo, Zapata. Emiliano Zapata. Zapata, 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 Zapata. Y en mi vida quisiera ser como tú, Zapata. Quisiera ser y voy a ser con amor y valor, mi pueblo, Zapata. Con amor y valor, Zapata.